Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another session of me trying to improve in programming. So let's get into it. We are still doing, we will doing Angular for a bit. We were doing the hooks that I think I did understood. And next, what is this? I have no idea. So we'll find it out together. As always, 3 minutes of typing exercise and 35 minutes or so of me trying to improve. So let's get into it. Fuck. .645 is the score. Okay, that will be that. And let's go here. And why? This is not aligned. Better. Now, this is what I'm doing, right? Component interaction. Intercept. So pass data from parent to child with input binding. Yeah, so that one is kind of easy. You put it in here. This is the children where we are passing in the things, and then in the children we will mark it with input like so. That's it. This is an alias which we can use for the name. So it will take property which would be, this is hero, right? Hero, or here hero, hero 1-to-1, but we can also change the name. So the mapping would be, we are looking for master and we will save it in the master name. So master, and it goes into master name. Okay, master is master. And it basically just outputs this. Where is it? Here. This is the child component. Master name is master. That's that. After running the application, we got this. Hey, Kodiko. Nice to see you. You know what? We can do the tea time right now. I can pause that. Do you want to hear something special, or do you have something in mind? My mind is kind of empty on that topic. I don't have anything special. All right. All right. So in that case, stopwatches 5 minutes later. So we were talking about the puers, right? Those are like few of the teas which are like prepared special way. The special way is the original. It was the Sheng puer. They were like those cakes which were kind of like green, and it goes black over a long time, let's say like 10, 17 years or so. And they wanted to find out how to like speed this process up, right? Yes, they are aged, and they are like special, and they are teas which are looking in the beginning like this, and by aging you get this like brown color which I showed you, right? But it takes a long time, right? 17 years. It's not unusual to get that kind of color. So they were trying to find a way how to speed that process up. And that's when the cooked or choux puer kind of arrived, right? And the choux puer is brown already. Like the first year you manufacture it, it's brown. And they are doing like this artificial, if you want to, like speed up of aging. And it looks something like, oh, there's a whole video on it. Look at that. Yeah, so this behind this, there is a pile of the tea leaves, which are wet, and they are fermenting in like speed up process. You know, it's get, see, it's still green, but in like relatively short time, it will get brown, and they will put like a lot. This is after like, a few weeks. You know, it's almost like composting, and I personally, I'm not such a fan of these kind of teas because they have like lots of these earthy notes to it. Uh, some of them, because sometimes they want to like speed up the process, like really like do it really fast, right? They will turn more profit, but what you will get is, at least for me, too much of like this earthy notes. Like it's like when you go to like old cellar or basement, and you feel this dampness in it. It's some people are talking about like feeling like the ground. It's not far away from it. Yeah, this one is even older. Oh, they actually have like good videos about it now online. When I was learning about this, there were no such good videos about that. Yeah, and this might be like bad. This would be a fungi and you have to be really careful because some of the fungi are like good for you, and some of them are like almost deadly. They have like a lot of like mycotoxins, which are like dangerous for the human being. So that's also like why some people in Europe don't like that kind of tea at all because they are not sure uh, about the health benefit, let's say, yeah, of it. That can happen. And then oh, there's another one. There's so much videos. I love this. I love this age. It's awesome. It was not such, yeah, such a good videos. You can see everything now without visiting actually the China. That's pretty nice. Okay, so I hope you liked it. Okay, I'll go back to Angular. So restart this. What we are doing. This is the enters for that. Oh yeah, I forgot. I should add this one as well. Where is it? Oh, I did close it. I did close it. No, I should add another emotes. I totally forgot about it. I just remembered. It looks like. Oh no, that's not it. How do I? Yeah, this thing like WTF. Hey, Nightlight. Oh, it's okay. I was just compiling today. The entire day felt really unproductive today, so I'm getting my. I will do something reasonably here, at least I hope. Okay, so this is the binding. Now, what is the intercept input property changes with a setter? What the fuck is that? Input property setter to intercept and act upon a value from the parent. That we have to do. We have to put that in a hook, right? In a hook, like the on changes maybe. That was on changes, right? Yeah, it was on ng. You see, I know shit. Almost. Also, I told you about the plugin, right? The Angular plugin, which the DevTools, which was not allowed uh, in my work. So it is allowed since today because of me. And I found out that it doesn't work with our application because our application at work is using some like really old compiler. Uh, so uh, it didn't even cross my mind that that could be the case. I did not even know there like exist uh, multiple types of compilers for Angular projects. Yeah. Okay, so yes, well, it is. but it depends how you compile it really. So for some reason, I don't know the reason. It's just when you run the tool, it will tell you I'm not able to do that because you are running alt shit. And in here, instead of this, you would have like blah 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 doesn't work because compiler salt basically. And tools, we have a look in here, maybe here they write about it. Yeah, supports Angular version 9 and above with Ivy enabled, and we don't have Ivy for some reason. I talked about it to my colleagues, and they told me that someone actually tried to run the project with Ivy, and half of the project did not work. And again, I have no idea why that is at all. Oh, and I forgot, like the tea time is completed. Oh no, I did not. I did not. I had a lots of work at my hand, so I didn't, or at least I felt like I had a lot of things to do. So actually, originally I thought that they are calling me, so I will be fired because I installed some software which I shouldn't, or something. It was like, oh well, yeah, can you please like install that thing? Oh, and that was fantastic. Like the guy told me like that, for example, the Vimium, right? This plugin which I use for the navigation, like that and so on, and the keyboard shortcuts. He told me that it is a known that plugin is sending the data uh, to the Soviet Union, to the hackers in the Soviet Union, uh, and some other countries. Soviet Union doesn't exist, by the way, if you don't know. Uh, and the quote is, well, that's the open source for you right there. I was like, what? So it's like, okay, so we did install the thing, and then I sent him a message that I was not able to Google it. Yeah, seems like paranoia to me. So I did wrote to him like, do I was not able to Google it. Do you have some links, that where I could read more on it? And there was no response from him whatsoever. So I'm thinking he just pulled it out of the thin air. Just, like I would not ask for more software to be approved on my machine. Yeah. In his mind, like open source means communism. And that was actually the word he was telling me. Oh, it stands to communist Russia. I was like, well, they don't have communism anymore. Well, I was thinking that to myself. I didn't tell him. And also, what happened? Like, there was some guy, and he was able to do a comment for let's say he he's supposed to do a comment on destroy, let's say, right? So you would say something like, this is what on destroy does, right? And what he did was take this and put it in the middle of another of another function. I was like, oh, it's fine, right? I was like, no, what the fuck? What what are you doing? Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm learning this because I also don't want to do mistakes, or at least severe mistakes. Use an input property setter to intersect. Okay, so the setter of the name input property in the child name child component trims the white space from a name and replaces an empty value with default text. They sound like they are young people or recently grads. Well, that I don't know. There are some like Indian guys which they hired for really cheap, and seems like it was not a good investment, and they already did lay out like massive amount of people, like almost everyone from India, and and I have been told that we did kept the better ones, so this is already like sorted out amount of people, and this guy is supposed to be one of the better ones. Uh, um, I don't know what to say, uh, and I I'm not in position to say anything, I think, as well. Which, if I had to say something to it, I would not know what to say, anyways. uh, I mean, what I imagine is that he must be like really stressed. That's what I'm thinking, like the guy kind of sees that like almost everyone uh, around him has been let go. So maybe when he gets a comment, he rushes in and tries to do it like very quickly, and then he does mistakes, right? So what I'm thinking is that there are like employed people which needs to have like good technical lead, like someone who sits with you and like calms you down, and take the time with you to do like few steps with you and encourages you and so on. And I'm not sure if, oh well, the project it's live. The project is live already, so we are implementing new features and fixing the bugs. So it is not like the project has like some end goal, because the application is already running and the customers are demanding more and more features, and we are fixing bugs at the same time. That's usually how it goes in the companies. Yeah. So where's the setter? Oh, here. Here's the setter. Oh, they have a getter here too, huh? Get name and set name. Oh, they have a like overloading as well, but they have a like this keywords get and set name. Okay. So, and look at that. It's like they have annotation in here, the input, in front of this and that, and then that. Okay, so does this like inputs? That must be for. Oh no 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 no! This is not that. This is like underscore name, and the underscore they usually use for the private. for the private fields, that's the convention used in JavaScript, right? They underscore something was like indicates that that field is private, but in TypeScript, oh well, okay. Doesn't matter, it's underscore name, it's different than name. And basically the get name, this is the syntax, no input parameters, it returns string, and here's the body of the function, and it returns this underscore name. This is the private field, right? The setter, it takes name, no, it's called name. It takes one parameter name of type string, and it sets up the this underscore name, which is this guy, and this is if this is evaluated true. Okay, so once, so this is name, and name trim. If this is true, we'll do that. If this is falsy, which would be false, empty string, and so on, like in JavaScript, but this is supposed to be a string, right? So it could be just an empty string or string with spaces, because if we do trim, that kind of erases all of the trailing and leading white spaces. So that is a space, enter, tabulators, and so on. Interesting how, okay, so it will save this guy, huh? That is a trick which I would not know that is possible. I didn't know that you can do this. Oh, now I do. And if we've got like empty string or empty after trimming, this will be false, and in that case we will assign this value, which is no name set in this sharp brackets or something. Okay, and here is the parent component. So there are a few names. There is a Dr. IQ, there's a like spaces, and there's Bombasta. So this will just set Dr. Q. Oh, they have it written in here. Okay. I can test it. Okay, so do we have? No, we don't. We don't have it. I want to code it. I want to see it. I was like, is there a live demo at least? Is there a project? No, there's not. Maybe there's a project at the top. Yeah, there's a, okay, so we'll download the example because I want to. Okay, so dev, there should be projects, study, Angular, and this will be, I guess I will put it in here, save. Okay, we will extract it. Extract it we will. And maybe the best way to do that would be just to open it in here and extract to study Angular, and this will be component. And there. How can I tell if this will be extracted into the? Will this like create this this folder also, or no? Component interaction. Now it did that thing, hopefully. And we can have a look. It didn't. Okay, so that's good that I did create that, and we can open that project. Open this guy. Okay, this window, yes, please. ID error occurred. What the hell? Diagnostic, blah blah blah. Power mount is broken. Clear all. Run npm install. I really like the background in here. Look nice. 7. If the name string is only white spaces, the trim method returns undefined. The trim returns empty string. Empty string is this. It will return this. Well, the empty string is evaluated. Those are two questions. The trim, which contains only white spaces, returns returns empty string, like string which has beginning and end and no characters in it. And empty string is falsy. Falsy, and in that are those values. False, all of those are evaluated as false. So 0 is false, -0 is false, big int 0n, empty string, all of those are false. Null is evaluated as a false, undefined is evaluated as a false, and not a number is evaluated as a false. Document all, that one I did not know about, is also as false. Everything else is truthy. So any kind of empty string.trim will be equal to empty string. Oh, I see. Yes. So it will be like this. So this space tabulator whatever dot trim that will produce this. And it doesn't matter in JavaScript in what kind of things you put it in. It will produce the same thing every single time. That doesn't make difference in JavaScript in what kind of quotes you put it in. Yeah. Okay, this finished, and I see I should restart so it wouldn't misbehave. So basically that code in here then does, where is it? Where is it? Here, right? If this has to be true and this has to be true, right? Or truthy. So if those both are true, then you will assign this value. That is also like specialty of JavaScript. You can assign and then you put the OR, and if the first one is truthy, it will be assigned to it. If it's not truthy, the second value will be assigned. This might be falsy too, but it will get assigned into that. because it's falsy anything it yes, exactly. 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 You got it. What's up with my IntelliJ? Did it start? Oh yeah, it did. Okay, so I'll close this and we will have a look in here. Da, da, da. Source code, app, and there is index. What do we have here? So app root. Okay. What the hell is this style? Okay. Select our uproot, and here's nothing. So we will have a look in the component that's just empty. And here we have the beauty. You never heard of falsy? Ah, yeah, there's a falsy and truthy, and it's a big thing in JavaScript. I, I, it's, if I'm not mistaken, that's a correction for one of the design flaws of JavaScript. Uh, It works that way because of historical reasons, let's say. Yeah, so we have a parent to child, blah blah blah. Oh, you're very welcome. I love when I'm helpful. So feel free to have any questions. And if I will know, I will answer. If I will don't know, I will not lie to you that I know when I don't know. And this is the thing now. We will run it, and run we will. Do we have a README in here? We don't have a README in here, huh? But I suspecting that it will be. Okay, so let's see the Angular. Okay, so and we are using npm, right? I think, yeah. So ng, and here we go. So we have a start, which is ng serve. Okay, so I could just run here. You can see like those scripts, which you will, uh, yes, it is. Oh, well, in some cases it is. And that is because Yarn is able to do something in parallel, and npm does it sequential, like serialized. So that's basically why. Somehow, it's like I never like went into it. I never measure it myself, like with the clocks, but in a previous company, you could tell if when you would run npm, it would take longer. Yeah. And otherwise, it's basically the same thing, I think. Dino, I don't know anything about Dino, so I don't have a thought about it. I know it exists, and that's about it. So far, in all of the companies I was in, everyone used Node.js. And it's not like such a big deal for you as a developer. It's just a few lines in the configuration file. And uh, then you just put in the command line, like run shit, and you don't care about it. There might be some like, I heard like there might be some like performance improvement. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So here we will, okay, so npm npm start, fuck you, start, fuck you. npm start should basically do ngserve. So I could as well do ngserve in there, and that would be it. But we will try, right? So I will say npm start. And you see, it runs ngserve. Haha. Right, Angular EO. But oh, I already running some application in there. Do you like to use different port? I probably should kill the previous application, and I did. Yeah, I'm running it in here. So kill that. Sometimes I'm not able to kill the application in this PowerShell. I don't know why. So I will kill the entire tab, close tab. Confirm closing. Yes. Bye. Okay. And here I say no. And we have a problem because it was not released for some reason, the port. So I can fix that by finding it in here, maybe. Okay, but I don't know which one is it. It happens to me when it passes sometime in React.js, then the CMD gets stuck for some reason. Oh yeah, I don't know why. But maybe I can try it again. It will run now. Sometimes it's just the way it works. Oh, see, the resource has been released finally. And by the resource, I mean the port. I love this background so much. It looks so cool. I haven't used it for quite a while. No issue whatsoever. Oh well, yeah. Okay, so compiled successfully. So that works, that runs. And now we can go here and look at that. Suddenly, like different application runs here. And if I go to the Angular tab, I can see this because the Angular version is not like very old. And also, if I would like, here I will stop that. Yes. I already know that this goes ngserve, right? And I can go ngserve dash dash open, which will mean that it will run the application, and when it compiles everything, it will start the browser for me. So when we will be looking at it, let's see, I did not touch anything, my hands are here, and it opened the application in the browser. And I want to look at the setters, and that is master control free names. Okay, and because here we actually do have the Angular tools, so I can very quickly find out what kind of part of code controls this place, right? So I can do this and look at that. App name parent, and here is child, 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 right? So I can search for this already. You know, in my application, I can do Control Shift F. Dash parent was, if I remember that correctly, of course, app name parent. Okay, my bad. Name parent. And here is where it is used in the main template. And here are like the selector in the component itself. So we can go in both of those places. And here, I can use this and go to the definition. Here's the selector. Oh, fuck. I did not want that. I wanted to do this. Right, and inside of that there's a child. As we can see here, we have defined the array. Here is the here R is the empty string. So, and inside of the template of the parent component, we have the name child. There will be 3 instances, I think, in it. And that is a question. That is a good question. I want to know, if this will be created 3 times, this component, or not. So this I will create a to-do. Will this component be created 3 times? Hey, Orkson. Cheers. Nice to see you again. And that will be what we will be doing next. My plan would be to put in on-init hooks, or maybe I can create a constructor, or well, I can do on-init hooks, which is triggered only once after the creation of the component. And I will log something to console, as simple as that. And when I run the application, based on the number of the invocation of that log statement, I will know how many times or how many instances I have of that. Okay, so this guy over here says that we are done with the round 761.